Hello everyone! So today I got something new and exciting that I'm gonna be working on my truck that I wanted to do since even before I got the truck. I knew I'm gonna do this at one point. It's nothing serious, nothing major. It's not like a full suspension lift or anything yet, not just yet, hopefully one day. But actually what I'm gonna be doing today is installing a dash camera with a reverse camera. Yep. So as you can see, I just have a basic mirror over here, which works fine to a certain point, but it's nothing great. Then I have this unit over here which has a built-in screen, so I could potentially plug in the camera in there, but the screen resolution on this is not the greatest, I feel like. Oh, by the way, don't mind this. I just use this to hook in the GoPro for now, whenever I go out to do some recordings. So hopefully that's gonna come out sometime soon. Anyways, so the camera is actually not gonna be plugged in into here, but let me actually show you the camera. I got it over here in the back. I got all my tools. Hopefully I have everything that I need for today's installation. And this is the camera I got. It's by AKASO or AKASO. It's a 12-inch screen that gets mounted on the existing mirror, so the mirror still gets utilized, and all the images from the reverse camera and the dash camera is getting displayed over there. So this is the camera itself. It comes in a very nice package. So let's open it up and see what's inside. Put this to the side for now. Come on. All right. Oh wow. It's very nicely packaged. Doesn't look like it's a cheap product. Let me tell you that. So this is the mirror itself. Just gonna put it on the side for now. All right. Let's see what we got here. This is the backup camera itself with all the wiring harness, which we're gonna use soon. Some nice looking pry tool that come handy. Then this is actually the power cable that comes with this camera, but the thing is, the way they made it, you cannot unplug it from over here. I wish they made it that this is a USB cable, so you can unplug from over here and you go into USB port in your car. That way you don't have to use this. Because if you use this power cable that they provide, which is nothing wrong with this, but then you're gonna have a cable running across, and then somehow you gotta bring it either one of these two ports, and then you're gonna have a cable sticking out like that with a cigarette lighter port, which is, I mean, yeah, you can actually put it over here if you want to and just run it along the way. Then it kind of sticks out too much, I feel like. Another thing you can do is run it all the way down over here and run it into the console and plug it in here. But that way you can hide the cables, of course, but then you lose the power port inside there. You cannot plug anything else in there. I mean, if that's okay with you, then it's fine, I guess, but I wanted to do that, so I got something else instead. So what I did actually, I went and I bought a separate hardwire kit for the dash camera. So this wiring harness comes with all the necessary parts. Oh, look at that, another pry tool. So now I have two of them. Not too bad. So in this case, with this wiring harness, what I can do from the camera, I can go straight connected to the fuse box. That way I don't have any cables exposed running through the front or occupying any cigarette lighters or anything else like that. So we'll use this instead. We'll come back to this later. And of course it comes with all the kind of different fuses and connectors, etc. Nice. Alright, now back to the camera. It also comes with a GPS sensor and all the little necessary hardware for installation of it. The quick start guide, some sticker or something, and the straps to secure the camera to the mirror. This is the only cheap part that I feel like. I don't know how long this will hold up. The good part that they give you 4 of them, so in case 1 or 2 fails, you always have something else to replace it later on. Maybe we can figure out something else down the line. Anyways, let's put all of this on the side for now, and this as well. And what we're actually going to be doing first. So the first thing we're gonna do is probably the hardest thing with this whole installation, and probably what a lot of people are afraid to do, is to run the camera from the reverse camera all the way to the front, and then we'll take care of the front, all the splices in there. We're gonna figure out where we're gonna actually install the camera, then we're gonna run the cable to this backlight, reverse light, so we can do our splices in there. So whenever we put the truck in reverse, it automatically will send the signal to our wires and display it on the main screen. That's what we want to do. So let's begin taking the truck apart. If I'm not mistaken, this part can just pop out. Just pulling it gently, and that should come off easy. Why we want to do that? So we can direct our wire from there to here. We're gonna undo all of this and send the wire inside. That's almost hit me in the face. Don't want to break it, but it's supposed to come off. There we go. Alright, we only lost 1 pin. Not too bad. Let's put this on the side. Alright, there is a lot of room over here to work with. Now we're gonna undo all of these bolts. And the good thing about the Xterra is that you can pretty much take the whole car apart with just a 10-inch socket. So let's see if I have 10-inch over here. I brought a screw gun today to make the job a little bit easier and faster. And these are already all loose. Not that they loose, but I took them before because I replaced the reverse lights at one point in there, so I know those loosened up. And so are these, just goes in the plastic. Very nice and easy. Now we can just pull this out gently. That should be enough room for us to send the wire across. Now this can be a little tricky. You just have to pull towards you gently, but with enough force just to pull it out, but at the same time without breaking it. There you go. Now just gonna leave it on the side like that. It's not gonna go anywhere. It's not gonna be in our way. And this is our reverse light, the red and black. So this is the two wires we're gonna tap in on that side. These are wires for which I got the T-type connectors. So I'm just gonna put this, you know what, just gonna leave it on the side. So now that we got this out and this out, we actually need to remove this, because I'm planning to run the wire all the way on the bottom, all the way to the front. I don't want to run it through the top, because that might be easier to do, but the thing is that eventually the wire might come out from the side and show, and I don't want that. So I just want to do it once, do it right, even if it's gonna take a little bit longer, but hopefully it's gonna be better. So gonna take all of this apart, which shouldn't be too hard. Now we're here, we gotta take this rating out. We have to take this plastic out, which I believe just pops out. Also we have to undo this weather strip. And there is like 1, 2, 3, 4 screws that we have to undo over here. Now we can take this out. Okay, this doesn't look too bad over here actually. Nice. Okay, now we can take out this plastic, which I believe we can just, there is few clips on, so we just have to pull it out gently. Maybe with the help of pry tool. All right. Okay, not too bad. What I need to do now is undo this screw over here. There is one screw over here. Gotta take out this tab, which is actually just a tab. There's no screw here, my bad. The screw is inside there. Now we also need to remove this. So to remove that, if I'm not mistaken, we can just slide this under and hopefully that will pop out. Yep. Now there was a little like a double stick tape over here. No big deal. I lost one of the pins over here, but it's okay. Alright, now that we got this all out of the way, we're gonna have to pull out this weather strip a little bit so we can expose this side, so we can work there. So we can pull out this side. There is going to be a bunch of clips over there that we have to kind of work with. Alright, that should be fine for us. There should be enough room for us to work with. Now let's get our cable from over here. Gonna run it down to here and leave the splices inside here. So this is our camera cable. This looks a bit different from the ones I was watching online. Hopefully it's enough wire. I just don't like that this part is so short. I wish this cable was longer so I can have these splices all the way inside there and not underneath here. I'm gonna have to put a lot of electrical tape around it. So what we're gonna be doing now is we're actually gonna send the wire from over here, guide behind this rear plastic. The wire is gonna come up over here, and then we're gonna make just a little hole in this rubber gasket to send the wire in. I have this little tool, a pointy needle. I'm just gonna poke a hole through there, and then unfortunately in this kit the wire is pretty thick, especially this part. So this has to come out and this has to be outside. So that will have to be really good taped up, but that should be alright. So I'm gonna make a little hole over here, push the wire through, and then actually what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna fill this up with silicone. I have clear silicone. I'm just gonna pour it in there. That should be good. So now we're just gonna make a little hole on the side, just enough for the, hopefully enough for the wire to go through. That plastic is actually pretty hard. Okay, this might be too small for this case, because the way we have this connector is pretty thick. Alright, so I just taped up all the wire over here with electrical tape, which is gonna be outside, and this is gonna be inside. So I'm gonna try to send this wire through the little hole that I made over here. Maybe I take out the whole gasket just to pass it through and then push it in. Okay, maybe this will be easier. Now, hopefully without breaking the connector, I can send the whole wire through. But I feel like I need to make a bigger cut out there. So I'm gonna take my knife and make the hole bigger. Because if I break this camera connector, I will be very sad. Alright, that should do it. Alright. Now I'm gonna guide this underneath. Oh, probably it's better to take this out, but I just don't want to expose all the light bulbs to the outside. So now I'm just gonna push this cable down behind the two screws that go over here. Okay. Now we can push this back. Just make sure it doesn't crimp the cable. Okay. Now we have the connector over here. The next step, let's see if the wire cable is going to be low enough, which is not, so let's pull a little more. Okay. Now actually this we can push it inside, so we don't have to worry about this anymore. Push it in nice and tight, and we also can mount the reverse lights, the backup lights, so they don't dangle around like that. But before that, let me put some silicone in there. Just gonna clear out a little bit with some paper towel. Alright. And the thing is that I made a cutout all the way on the top, so the water will never go on the top. It will always drain around it. And so I have this clear silicone. It's weatherproof, waterproof and airproof. So I'm just gonna pour it in there like there's no tomorrow. And that's it. I know it doesn't look as pretty, but when it dries out, it's actually gonna be clear, so you're not gonna see it like that anyways. So that's it. All right, so let's put this light back in here, and it should be easy. Just 2 pins, pop it in. That's it. Right. Now we can screw all these 4 screws over here. And when working with power tools, just gotta be very careful not to over tighten it. If you strip the threads in there, you're not gonna be happy, trust me. That's it. So now we're actually gonna get to the part where I'm gonna install the camera itself. But what I'm thinking to do is that I'm actually gonna make a little hole in here on top of the license, so the camera is gonna be mounted like that, and the wire is gonna go inside the bumper and route it through there. So for that, I'm gonna determine which drill bit I need to pass this connector through. So first of all, let's find out where is gonna be the middle for the wire. So that's gonna be 3.5. That's gonna be right here, somewhere there. Now, since the camera is gonna be mounted like that, the wire is gonna go in there, which should be fine. I don't even have to remove the license plate. The thing is, and the tire is pretty far. I don't even need to remove the tire. If you do it carefully and slowly, you drill slowly, you're not gonna damage the tire. So just when you about to go through, just don't push the drill bit all the way in. And that's where I'm gonna make the hole. There we go. Now I'm just gonna make this hole bigger. Alright. Let's check for the connector. And one size bigger. Now let's see if the connector goes through. Alright, I think I got it. Perfect. I believe that that's the best spot for it. Now before we do anything else, I'm just gonna put some electrical tape around here so that keeps it safe. So in case it wraps around there, it's never gonna get damaged. So I'm just gonna put quite a bit of it. Alright. So actually, before continue, once I drilled the hole, I sprayed it with some Rust-Oleum paint just to seal off all the exposed metal that I made there, so it doesn't rust until I redo the whole thing. So now we can work and mount the camera. Just gonna mark the holes where we're gonna install the screws, and then I'm gonna pre-drill it with a drill bit and either use the screws it comes with or use self-toppers that I brought. Mark it like that. All right. I'm gonna take a fine bit. I mean, you don't have to do all of this. Maybe you can just put a double stick tape in there. That maybe is gonna hold it, but I just want to make it permanent. The time is already kind of getting late. I don't think I'm gonna be able to finish up the whole installation today, unfortunately. Okay, let's see if the hole is big enough with these little screws, which I don't think are meant for metal anyways. They look like just for plastic. No, I have to use something else. So I'm just gonna have to use self-toppers. Hopefully that will work better even. Looks like I have to take out the camera so I can mount the bracket and then put the camera in place, because otherwise the screws, these side screws, are getting in the way. So let's take this apart. Okay. Okay, and now we can screw the bracket itself much easier. Okay. Gonna try to align it somewhat so it looks straight back. Okay. Okay, that looks good. Gonna make it tight. All right, I think we're getting there, guys. Let's put this inside. Now we can put the camera screws back. Beautiful. And it's still behind the bumper, so if somebody lower car hits me here, then yeah, that's gonna be gone, but at least I'll have them on the camera. All right, and this is done. Now we move to the top portion. So now we're just gonna connect these two wires that we just routed from the camera and behind the light. So let me show you the idea underneath. Once I got the wire from over there, from where the camera is, it's coming through there. Well, the light is too harsh. Okay, the wire is coming through over there, right? So then it goes on top over here, and then I put a bunch of electrical tape, and I put the zip ties, and I secure it over there. So the wire is not gonna go anywhere, it's not gonna move. And I hope the camera focus. Alright, there you go. So you see, it's all nice and secure, and then it goes inside there. So that should be good. Now we can move to work inside of the truck. Alright guys, I think we're doing good. Now all I have to do is just snake this wire all the way to the front, top, and bring it to like where the dash camera is gonna be itself. So I need to snake this wire inside there. Now from there to here you can just push the wire under, but over here to get to this part, now the best way to get from here to here I found is to send a piece of something of electrical wire or something to pull it between here to here. You can just pop this out and put an electrical tape over here. Just be careful if you have this kind of connector. When you pull it, just pull it carefully so it doesn't get damaged or anything, hopefully. And then I feel like you can pull it this way very easy. Just pull it carefully. If you feel it getting stuck on something, just turn it a little bit and it should come. There we go. Now we got it up to here. I believe this was to be the hardest part. Now we can pull the whole wire across. Nice and easy. That way we kinda gonna be done in the back. Just pull it all of it. There we go. Now we can just route it down over here. Pull it underneath all the clips, all the straps. There we go. Nice. Very nice. There is even already a, if you want, there is a wire over there. You can always put a tie up to it, to the existing wires which go in for the backlight, but I don't think it's gonna be necessary. And that's it. Now we can start popping this board back in place. And it's already kind of getting dark. Looks like we have enough wire to reach all the way to the front. Since we're working in the back, we might as well connect the camera wire to the reverse lights itself. So I picked up these connectors. It's very easy to do. Now we're just gonna find our wire. So our wire is a red wire coming from this harness over here. I'm gonna have to cut off this jacket over here so I can expose the wiring. It's kind of hard to see, kind of hard to get in there, but you can work with this. So our wire is actually this red wire with a blue line. You can always check your schematic for your car. So all we're gonna do is just get that wire inside here, then get our wire over here on the side and just crimp it. Simple as that. Alright, close this up. There we go. Now we can connect this harness back to this strap over here. There we go. Put all the wires on the side, nice and neat. And that's it for the back. Now we can just continue running the wire to the front and work at the front, which is going to be the easiest part now. All the hardest part is pretty much done. Now we can put all of this back in place. Alright, and we're pretty much done for the back. Just gonna throw some of the tools inside here, and that's gonna be it for today. It's getting really dark and I still gotta go and eat. Next time I'm gonna be just finishing and working, bringing the wire to the front and working on the camera itself, installing the head unit itself. Best being not to close everything, not until you connect all the wires and power it up, make sure that everything works.
So in my case, I kind of rushed it. I just put everything and assume and hope that everything's gonna work. But whenever you're doing the installation, it's better to leave everything open, not to close it up yet. So on that note, I'll see you guys in few.
Hey everyone, so today's the new day and we're gonna continue with our project installing the reverse/dash camera. As we left off last time, I was able to run the cable all the way to from the back and install the reverse camera itself. So we got the cable all the way up to here now in the back passenger side, and I removed this sideboard already last time. So what we're gonna be doing today is hopefully finishing it all up and run the cable all the way across to the front, all the way over here, all the way over there, and do our splices over there. And of course after that we have to get all our cables up. We have to get our cables all the way up here, through here, and bring it to the mirror. So without further ado, let's get started. So alright, let's try to remove this, make our way all the way up to there, and then we're gonna start running the cable. This should be should just come out by kind of pulling it out. Okay. So certain clips on there that just gently unclip and that's it. So now we can set it to the side. And there is a lot of room over here to run the cables underneath. So we're gonna get our cable and we're gonna try to snake it inside this plastic housing. And last time, since I didn't finish, I put it in a plastic bag just to be on the safe side. By the way, this center column, you don't have to remove it, you don't have to do anything with this, because there is inside there, down there, there is a lot of space, just goes from here all the way across to the front, comes all the way over here. So what I did, I have this metal snake that I use for work, so I sent it down here, and look, it's all the way, it came out all the way over here. I'm just gonna push it back again so it can come out over here. Then I'm gonna attach my wire and I'm gonna pull it all the way to the front, and then I'm gonna do the same over here. So I'm just gonna pull it back, twist it a little bit, and resend it. Hopefully it came out where I wanted. Yep, came out all the way over here. So now I'm just gonna attach the wire to that metal snake that came out all the way over here. There's electrical tape, very carefully not to damage this connector, and we take it from there. You have to kind of feel it. If it slightly gets stuck or something, you have to let go and maybe twist it around a little bit. Alright. Luckily for me, it went straight, nice and easy. Now we can take it off from our metal snake and just pull the rest of the wire. And that's it.
Gonna push the wire under and put the side board back. And that's it for this side. We can move all the way to the front now. We're done with the back. Now the same thing over here, just gonna guide it underneath over here, send it underneath this plastic railing over here, and hopefully we'll have enough wire to reach all the way to the mirror. That's it. Right there, the wire will never get damaged and it's never gonna fall down. Now we have to get this wire all the way up, but along with that we have to bring few more wires. Alright, now we have to remove this to get our wires all the way up to here. So to do that, I believe we have to remove this handle to loosen up this portion over here. These clips over here, you just undo them by hand. So then there is just Phillips screws, so you can either use an impact gun or just use a screwdriver. So to make my life easier, I'm gonna use the impact gun. And that's it, it's out. So now we can just undo this carefully. Just a few taps over there. Just like that. This should be enough for us space to send the metal snake down and fish for our wires and send them all up. So in order to take this sideboard out from the foot well, you have to undo this little clip, which is actually not a clip. It's like a little screw or ball, so all you have to do is just untwist this and it comes out. Now we can work with this to remove this completely. So once you remove that pin, there is a clip over here that sticks inside there. So all you do is just stick a screwdriver in there and you pry it carefully, and with that you can remove this halfway. There is another pin down there that I don't see a metal clip under it, and I don't want to break that part, but I feel like this should be enough room for us to snake the wires. So we're just gonna try to do it like that, and if not, then we're gonna try to remove that, but we'll see how it goes. So what we're gonna do now is carefully send this metal snake all the way down, and hopefully we can catch it over there. And by the way, before doing any of that or any electrical work, always disconnect the battery, so which I already did, so it should be fine. Okay, I feel like it's all the way down there. Put this on the side. Looking for my flashlight, it's down there as well. Okay, I see the snake, the metal snake, all the way over there. So let's see if we can get all our wires up right now. So for that, let's get the camera here. Let's get our wiring harness as well out. Okay. So this portion is the one that gonna go up to the camera. So it's gonna be a lot of wires actually, I feel like. Okay, so now we're just gonna get all our 3 cables, stretch them all out, and trying to send them all the way up. Let's see how that's gonna work out. Hopefully they're not gonna get stuck anywhere or anything. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put a lot of electrical tape around them.
Alright guys, so with a bit of a struggle I finally was able to get the wires up over here. So now I'm just gonna pull them out carefully, pull all the slack, and in reality it's not even really necessary to go this way. All you can do is just remove this side paneling over here and you can just tuck the wires all along over here and just get it in there. I went kind of extra mile trying to get in there like that. It's not really necessary for that, to be honest. So now just gonna even the cables all out and pull all the slack. Hopefully hopefully I have enough room for the camera. Okay, so now I'm just gonna stretch the cables out, make sure they're not all twisted up and coiled up as we're pulling them up. Okay, nice and easy. All right, let's check. Oh, perfect. I have enough wire. Okay, just gonna pull the rest of the wire up so it's out of the way. Right now I'm just gonna even them all out and pull all the slack down and leave all the slack down there. And in fact what I'm gonna do, I'm probably even gonna put some electrical tape around it, so once I push it in it's all nice and even down over there. Alright. Now carefully we can proceed getting these wires up over. Gotta make sure we don't crimp it behind the handle over here, but we should be alright. And it's getting dark already again. It's kind of hard to position the camera over there to film what's going on down here. So I'm just gonna have to narrate it, I guess. All this extra slack of wire, I'm just gonna put a zip tie around it and hide it down there. The GPS sensor, I'm just gonna keep it down here in the footwell. Should be alright there. Alright, just gonna put this panel back. There we go. Put this panel back. Gonna put the weather stripping back. Okay. Okay. And we can put the floorboard back. Beautiful. Now we have to figure out what we're gonna do with all these cables. How we're gonna fix this. I had this like a casing that I was hoping to put the cables inside, and so it goes up like a single cable, not this bunch of cables like that. But the problem is I cannot keep the power cable is facing the other way, which is I'm not kind of happy about. And I don't want to bend it too much, so maybe what I'll do, I'll put the sticky tape over there and then they all gonna go up like this. Yes, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put something sticky over here, which it comes with a little sticky pods and a little cable crimper, so I can do that. Actually, I think that would be a good idea to do. That way
our cables should be nice and neat, or neater, hopefully. Yep. So I'm just gonna put that one in there like that and stick it like that, and then all the cables gonna go up. There we go. And that's it, just like that. Hopefully it's not gonna come out. Now I'm gonna put just a little zip tie over here to keep all these cables together. So for that, you just open up a channel over here and you slide the cables inside. There we go. Okay, and now I'm just gonna try to push it up, and hopefully the cable's gonna stay up there. So I'm just gonna put few patches of electrical tape along the way. Like that. Now we move down a little bit. Now we just push these cables down, all this slack we reroute over here, get it all the way around the corner.
So that was a bit of a challenging. The hardest part for me was today
To snaking the wires up through there, through that column, through there and through here carefully, because the way the connectors are, they were sticking out too much. But that got all done. I got the wires all the way to the camera, and I already have the camera mounted as well. Well, not the camera, but the screen and the camera.
So the next and the last step will be just connecting the wires to the fuse box and powering everything up and hope for the best that it all works. Because I already closed everything. All the wires are already in place. But it should be all good. Should be all good. So stay tuned. For you guys it's just gonna be in a few moments. For me it's gonna be in a day or two whenever I start working on this again. Until then, well guys, stay tuned.
2,000 years later.
And we are back again. So today we're gonna continue. Hopefully we're gonna finish up this project. It's not a whole lot left. I basically have to just connect all the wiring to the fuse box and just power up the unit and program it and test it out. So let's see how it's gonna go.
So once again I disconnected the negative battery terminal just to be on the safe side. So now we're gonna be working with this. We have to connect this to the fuse box, wire up this somewhere in for the ground, for the negative terminal, and this wire, the yellow wire, we're not gonna use it. I'm just gonna tape it off and pull it to the side. That if we ever want to connect to the constant power, so even if the car is shut off, it will always record or sense something, signals or stuff like that, but we're not gonna use it.
So let's undo all of this wiring here and let's see what we have. This is a wire we're gonna be using. So right now gonna have to take out this side panel again, which is no big deal. Just undo that screw there, just untwist it. We're gonna have to take out this side panel again though, which is no big deal. It's very easy to take it out. Just carefully unclip it. There you go. And put it to the side. And this one over here, with the help of a screwdriver, it should come out. There you go. Right. Now we can look where we're gonna connect the negative terminal, and we gotta get this wire all the way up there to the fuse box. So for that we're just gonna open this up, drop down this glove compartment, which you have to just pull it to the side, these two pins, and it comes down. Very easy. Now this yellow wire, since we're not gonna be using, I'm just gonna tape it all up with electrical tape, so it's not gonna rub on anything, not gonna get in our way. And done. And I'm also probably gonna put some electrical tape on around this cable, just to be on the safe side. Alright, now we're gonna route this cable to our fuse box, which is right here. And this couldn't be any easier. Now we just need to find a place where to ground this cable to some nice bolt that is connected to the whole frame of the truck. Alright, I see there is a bolt right here. Looks like it's a 12mm. So let me get a key and see if I can unscrew it. Alright, I loosen up the bolt. I'm not gonna take it all the way out, there is no need for that. So I'm just gonna see if I can slide the connector into there, which is not a connector, it's just a little, like a lead. Perfect, fits in perfect. Now we're just gonna make it tighter, tighten it up. Perfect. Now we can fix all of this wiring. Just gonna put a few zip ties, zip tie it to something so it doesn't move around, and we should be good. Now we can work with all of these cables. Just once again, put the zip tie here and tuck all the wires away, out of harm's way. Now this GPS sensor, I'm not even gonna not gonna stick it to the surface yet. I'm just gonna put it, hide it behind there, like that. And once I test everything out, then I'm gonna pull it out from there. Then I'm gonna stick it somewhere here. All right, now I can put the board back over here. This goes in there, this goes in here. And that's it for that part. Put the mat back, the floor mats back. All right. Now we're back to the fuse box. So now we're gonna take out the fuse that we are not using. In my case,
I'm gonna take the fuse that is for heated seats, which I don't have heated seats, so there is no need for that, and that's where I'm gonna connect my accessory cable. So what that's gonna do is that the camera is gonna only work when the ignition is on, which for me for now it's fine. Later on maybe I gonna connect to constant power as well, so in case there is the GPS sensor, the G-shock sensor senses something happened to the truck, some sudden movement, it's gonna start recording for a short period of time, and that will lock into the file. So let's say the car is parked somewhere and somebody hits it, it's gonna record somebody driving away. Of course, it's not gonna help if somebody hits me on the side and drives to the side, because there is no cameras there. I only have camera at the front and in the back. But anyways, for today we're gonna take out this fuse number 5 carefully without breaking it. There we go. Right, now we stick this connector in there. We should be good to go. Just like that. Gonna close this for now. Close this. Alright, and now we're gonna go and connect the battery terminal and start it up. Let's see what happens.
A few moments later.
Alright, so actually we do need to use this yellow cable, which has to be connected to the constant power in case the car senses something happened, it can record. So what I did, I used that. For that I used the woofer, and the red cable I connected to the heated seats. So that's how it looks actually over there now. I took out the fuse and I connected to the little cable it comes with the existing fuse, and now it actually works. Alright guys, so just to recap, we mounted the camera in the back over here, we routed the cable underneath the bumper into the light, and it went to the grommet over there. Then we took all of this apart and we sent it all the way across to the front, which was actually the easiest part to do. Then the cable is just running along the side of the inside there, which is very easy just to take this out and send the wire all the way across, and it comes to our fuse box. And then from there the wire goes up, and comes to our camera. Alright, and it's finally done, and it's actually working. I'm gonna drive around, see what kind of footage it's gonna record, and I'm gonna add it to the video as well. Hopefully it allows to add the video to the, like, extract it and just have just a regular footage itself without all the data, Google Maps and everything. It was quite a project. I was a little bit worried at one point when I had no idea that I actually need to connect the yellow cable as well. But in this case, for this particular camera and the wiring harness that I used, it has to utilize all 3 cables, but it's no big deal. Like I said, it has to be connected to the constant power, and it has to be connected to accessory power. So what would I have done differently if I was to do it again? Well, first of all, you don't have to use all the tools that I used, like I used that metal snake. If you don't have a metal snake, the one I use, you can use just a regular coat hanger and just kind of open it up and send it over there where you have to guide the wires. Then on the front, the passenger side going up, so the glass, you don't have to send it in there as well. You can just undo the plastic covers from the side, and you can just tuck the wire all along the, and make sure you always read the manual and watch some more videos. Speaking of which, big shout out to Ray, the car guy. He has a lot of nice videos, and the way I routed the wires, I was kind of just following his tutorial, because a few years ago he did the camera installation on his Nissan Xterra, which is also great. He does videos about Nissan Xterras. I feel like these amazing trucks, they don't get enough exposure in the community. I really like working with this car and wish there was more creators that were working on this car. But anyways, he has a lot of videos, so go check him out. Just recently he did a full suspension lift on Nissan Xterra, which is something that I wish I can do in the future. I really want to get those built-in shocks and new springs and new coils and new leaves for the back, because it's kind of sad and saggy. But yeah, go check him out. And on this positive note that everything worked out finally, I think that's it for the day. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys can, if you ever do the camera installation, you can avoid some mistakes that I made. Maybe you can make something better. So leave your comments, leave your critiques, and until next time, bye.